Okay, I forgot to even mute my mic. Hello, apa khabar semua? Assalamualaikum, and you're watching HIP Live. And I'm Shilda Ismail. I would like to say selamat berpuasa and Ramadan Mubarak to viewers out there. All right, in conjunction with Ramadan, of course, we speak about energy boosting and getting our creativity and connective pumped. So today we have a very special panelist. We're inviting Managing Director of Beta Maju Fadzrul Dullie, who is also the founder and brainchild of Eureka Drinks. Okay, hear me loud. Eureka Drinks is the first functional beverage brand in Malaysia that infuses nootropic or brain-enhancing vitamins in all of its beverage lines, and its local product and based in Sabah, proudly a Sabah product. So for your information, Eureka Drinks is HIP's champion. So when it comes to HIP's champion, it is direct purview and privileges of our HIP initiative. So let's call upon Fadzrul Dullie.
Hello,
Hi,
hi.
Fadzrul.
How are you? Hi, I'm good.
I'm good.
Hi.
I'm good.
Great.
I've forgotten to somehow. I'm so excited for today that I've forgotten to even unmute my mic. That's fine. So I need some brain enhancing beverages later for buka puasa. All right, Fadzrul, tell me more about your Eureka drinks and where do you get these ideas? Where do you get this Eureka moment?
Well, firstly, thank you very much for inviting us to your talk show. We're very honored to be on. You did a fantastic introduction to Eureka Drinks. So allow me to recap again. So we are Eureka Drinks. We're Malaysia's first nootropic beverage brand. So we have a combination of can and shot drinks. So can in an aluminium can and shot 90 ml size shots. So our canned drinks are low caloric, about 69 calories. They're non-carbonated, so they're good for men and women alike, and they're naturally sweetened. And for our shots, they're low caloric as well, 100% plant-based and sugar-free. So the whole ethos of us starting Eureka Drinks actually centers around the usage of nootropic beverages, like you mentioned just now. We initially started this during the early pandemic stages, if you can remember 2020. Really, I think it was March or April, and that was probably the worst time to start off any business. People were closing businesses left, right, and center. But we found that it was a great time to start because it allowed us to actually focus on producing our drinks and marketing out to the market. So why we decided to do a functional beverage like Eureka Drinks was due to necessity. Right? There are lack of beverages out there in the market that use nootropics. And people nowadays are more affluent, they're more educated, and people are not willing to compromise on health. So it wasn't really a question of just adding more sugar to get more energy, or more additives to get more energy, or pump oneself up with more drugs. A different approach was needed. And this was why Eureka Drinks was timely.
Okay, Faz, I understand that there are two types of, there's can and one shots. Why do you have the shots? This is the shots version, right? Why do you have the can and also the shots?
Correct. So these shots are primarily marketed to the younger generation. The cans are pretty much accepted all throughout, so it doesn't matter your age group or your demographics. Cans are something that you know about, but shots are I suppose a foreign concept. It is not a Malaysian concept in that sense. So what we were able to do was to actually make a more concentrated version of what we have in our cans.
Okay.
Just to give some numbers, the wild berry shots are actually 3 times more potent compared to our cans. So you get a better kick, I suppose, in that sense, and faster.
Okay, I understand that all these beverages, whether it's can and also your shots, are infused with nootropics. Speaking of nootropics, the nootropics may be alien to some. How is the acceptance and awareness of nootropics to date in Malaysia for the local consumers?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you have done some research before you start your creation. Yeah, I'm sure you done your. Is Malaysia going to accept my products, etc., etc. And of course, where does your nootropics source from?
Yeah. Fantastic question on nootropics. First thing normally people ask is why is it? What is a nootropic, or why do we put smart drink minuman pintar on our cans, for example, in Malaysia? So for those who do not know, nootropics are smart drugs. So they're also known as smart drugs or cognitive enhancers. So it's a class of supplements. So basically, it's like the vitamins you find out in your pharmacies, but they're claimed to improve cognitive function, which means that it is specific to only your mind, particularly executive functions. So executive functions are things like attention, memory, creativity, motivation, and this is across all healthy individuals. So in other words, they are vitamins specifically for your brain, and they are no different from any supplements that are available in the market that right now for your body. All those vitamins and minerals that you see in pharmacies, for example, those are primarily for the body, but nootropics are for the mind. So the concept isn't new. The concept is I suppose it's an old concept. Nootropics are widely found online. A simple Google search of nootropics will lend you hundreds of thousands of hits and articles and journals and products. But why nootropics are very popular is because of its cognitive enhancing properties, right? So on a side note, I just thought of something. On a side note, there are quite a lot of articles published and quite a lot of journals published that show how synthetic nootropics. Now there are two types: synthetic nootropics and natural nootropics. Synthetic nootropics are being used by many students, especially in Ivy League universities, to get ahead of their peers. Now, why would they want to use nootropics? Because they can stay up late, they can focus longer, and they can concentrate better, right? So in other words, students overseas are actually using cognitive enhancing quote unquote drugs to excel in studies. Professionals overseas use nootropics to remain focused at work, and they remain productive for longer hours. So it is very likely that savvy Malaysians, we Malaysians, we love our phones and we love the internet, right? Savvy Malaysian students and professionals are probably take nootropics on for their daily functional needs, but maybe in tablet form. Now, the difference with those nootropics and kind of what we provide in our drinks is that we use natural nootropics. So we see the acceptance is quite high, right? Because many people don't realize that they're actually taking nootropics in their daily lives. So I'll give a very simple example. Caffeine is actually a nootropic, right? So it's a psychoactive drug, but it's a nootropic. Green tea is a nootropic. Herbs such as ashwagandha. And for people who go to the gym, they use creatine. These are all nootropics. Just people don't realize that. I suppose they are. They're not marketed. They're not marketed as such, right? So here at Eureka Drinks, we use nootropics per se more for the unique stack that we create, right? It's not the usage of the nootropics per se, right? So our strength is actually in the stack that we create. So let me explain by using our alert and energy drink product. So we have a can, 300 ml can, and we add guarana, choline, and a whole host of vitamin Bs in it. So we call that a vitamin B stack. Now, guarana you can find in many other drinks and many other products, right? Choline you can find in a lot of baby food and other types of food. Vitamin Bs, well, people take that on a vitamin basis. So separately they are, there are measurable results, right? But when you combine them together in a specific ratio, right, in a specific manner, right, you have a more enhanced effect. So in other words, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, right? So we add specific nootropics to the different varying beverages that we have. For example, our can have guarana and choline, right, and the host of vitamin Bs. The energy shots, for example, both the energy shots, the one that is wild berry flavored and the other one that is a coffee based, have guarana, choline, and a vitamin B stack as well. And lastly, our Dream 8, which assists in sleep, that has a whole host of nootropics such as 5-HTP, GABA, valerian root, all which is natural and found readily available in the market.
Okay, first, there are two types of energy, as you know, the body and the brain energy. And, for me, as you know, I'm fasting today. By this time at 3:15, 3-ish, yeah, I already call it in Malay, we already call it like you're already low energy and you call it as lemau. You can't even think at this point of time. You can't even have your brain performance is somehow, apa ni, menurun kan. So how
Yeah,
does nootropics and all your drinks can help, especially professionals and especially those who are working in the office, working adults, yeah, students, and also those people who are currently fasting. How does it
sure.
increase? Does it increase focus and also your, it reduces fatigue or something like that?
Sure, sure. So, generally speaking, in the beginning, when we formulated a range of we formulated a range of functional beverages. So, why we decided to
Yeah.
start off with our energy and our sleep range, basically, right? Because that's the products that we have at the moment. Why we wanted to do that was because we listened to our consumers, their main pain points, and I'm sure people can relate to this. It is a lack of energy during the day and poor rest or sleep
Yep.
at night. So, and all this is brought about by ills of modern life. Everyone having to stay up later, everyone staying at work longer, everyone having more chores to do during the weekends. So all this is not exclusive to just professionals, right? It's
Yeah.
everyone faces it. Nor is it exclusive for Ramadan, right? Because it happens
Yeah.
all throughout the year, 365 days. So we here in Eureka Drinks, we're quite
Agree.
we are happy, and we find it a point of pride that we're able to provide a beverage solution that is clean, so clean energy during the day, and provide restful sleep during the night. It's something that we're very proud of. So when it comes to those times of the days when you have a dip in your energy, then all you need to do is just to grab a can of Eureka Drinks or a shot of our drinks, and towards the evening, where you want a more kind of a restful evening, and you're starting to wind down during your day, then our Dream 8 and our sleep shots are a perfect solution for that.
Okay, speaking on sweet shots, you mentioned that your energy drinks are less sugar indicated on your packaging here. Well, where does the sweetness derive from? I mean, from the fruits or
Right,
sugar
right,
cane?
right.
Perhaps you can,
So
yeah.
we are naturally a low caloric company, so we understand the pitfalls of sugar, right? And we don't go down that route. So what we do is,
Yeah.
instead of using artificial sugars and what have you, we use natural sweetness. So all our energy drinks across the range, we use a wild berry mix, and for our plant-based shots, we use the same wild berry mix, right? For our express shots, we actually use real Arabica beans, like real coffee beans, into our express shots, right? And lastly, in our Dream 8 shots, we add cherry, because cherry actually encourages the brain to produce more melatonin. So that allows you to like wind down even more. So it's all natural. It's all pretty much natural.
Okay, all right. From your products, I would like to listen to you and understand more on your entrepreneur journey. How's it been with your business? And I understand you're looking to export to Middle East, internationally. Perhaps you can
Yeah.
share with us.
So we are in a few countries already. We are actively
Right.
searching for like-minded national partners, in countries, in other countries, in foreign countries, not just in the Middle East, but also in the Asian region. We would love to leverage on any local partners in Malaysia, for towards their overseas networks, right? And I believe we'd be able to create a good synergy with our beverages, seeing that the I would say the trend nowadays is more towards health and functional beverages, and less towards
Yeah, true.
carbonation and just sugar, right? People want more healthy products, and there aren't a lot around. And I think we provide a good unique selling proposition in that sense.
I see. Okay, so how's it been? You said that you started the company, Eureka Drinks, 2 years back. How's it been? What are your challenges? Perhaps you can advise other entrepreneurs, especially when you started the company and amid COVID.
Yeah, Yeah, so I think close friends and family members, close business associates, they know that they were all saying that it was a crazy time to actually start, but we found that it was actually the best time to start.
Yeah.
Aside from the reasoning that I gave earlier, which was it allowed us to focus on our products, it actually gave us a lot more exposure. Because there was just nothing around. Everything was at a standstill. Nothing moved. Nothing could be pushed. Nothing was new. A lot of businesses were closing down, so there was a lot of I would say pessimism in the air, right? So we had to go through all that. We went through all that. Being I would say we're quite a small company. We're not a large company, and we had to go through a lot of these problems. And I would say the problems are pretty much endless. It's a long list of problems, but if I could narrow it down to like a few, I would say finding the right partner is one, right? So this applies to, I suppose, smaller businesses, right? Businesses that are small and they're looking to grow, or they're looking to expand. I think this advice is quite pertinent. So finding the right partner is really important, and for us, finding the right distributor is really important. So we made a massive stumble during our first distributor. It was a bad choice on our part. We are happy that we can go beyond that now, and now we've got much better partners because we know what to look for, right? You need to find partners who are partners or distributors who are willing to work with you, not for them to take while you just keep giving, right? The next was obviously, of course, as we progressed ahead, it was about finding the right strategies. Now, initially, being quite new in the FMCG industry, or for that matter, anyone listening, any industry, if you're quite new, you tend to listen to the experts in the field. We found that was the worst thing to do. We found that paving our own way was probably better, and finding our own strategies worked. And number three, I would say finding the right financing. So we do get interested parties and financiers who want to kind of jump on board with us, but they might not have suitable terms. And so across the board, if any kind of business that wants to take up any kind of financing, it's really important to decide whether that financing is congruent with your strategies as a company. You don't just take without reading the fine print. If you know what I mean. It's sometimes it's better to hold off, right, and to just do it yourself. Rather than give away equity, for example, and give away market share, I think sometimes you as the captain of your own ship is best compared to having other people come on board and dictating what is best for you. So those have been our kind of challenges that we had to go through.
Okay, Faz. Speaking on, of course, we are Halal Development Corporation. So, how does halal become an exceptional product? What is the value added and help your products penetrate into the market? And of course, we would like to hear from you. How does HIP helped you in your business? It's been about 2 years with HIP.
Sure. Yeah, it has. It's about it's about 2 years. No one's counting, but it's about 2 years. Halal is really important. This is a really interesting point that you brought up. Now, the halal seal is important for selling to a larger global consumer. Halal products are important as a global economic driver. You've got halal foods and halal tourism and halal financing and halal fashion. But more than products, halal is actually a way of life. Right? It's a way of life. So it's not just a question of religion, but it's a question of business and commerce. And the idea is the goal is to be able to reach as many consumers as possible. So just some stats that I kind of remember from my readings. There's approximately like 2 billion Muslim people worldwide, right? And the Islamic consumer goods industry is worth about 2 trillion. And the halal finance industry, especially like in Malaysia and in Saudi Arabia, for example, it's globally worth about 2.9 trillion. So you're looking at global trade. 18% of global trade is actually from halal goods. Now that number is not going to get smaller, right? That number is just going to get bigger and bigger. And so companies that do not embrace halal will go under because they'll be neglecting such a massive segment of consumers, right? And they want to buy products that are aligned with their religious affiliations, right? Like not everyone would do that, but there's a large segment of that global population that do. So going next to your how it's been with HIP, it's as you know, we joined a few years back, right? We participated in some events. We got to meet a lot of the HIP team during the Jelajah Sabah event that was held in Kota Kinabalu a few months back. So that was good because HIP was able to bring in stakeholders from the finance industry, to other government departments and agencies as well. We're also, if I'm not well, I know we're also part of your email, your email list. So we're always kept in the loop with regards to anything important and any other information that HIP might have in terms of information that strategic partners and kind of stakeholders want to disseminate, right? So I've got like 5 stars for HIP, right? You guys have done a fantastic job for us in assisting entrepreneurs and getting the message from other stakeholders to these entrepreneurs, people like us, companies like us. So 5 stars.
Okay, Faz, perhaps you can tell us, you can give us some advice. You were raised and born in Kota Kinabalu. I'm sure you have some advice to entrepreneurs in Sabah. Some wisdom and experience coming from you.
Oh, I can only speak for
Go ahead,
myself.
Faz.
I can only speak for myself.
Sure.
But I think that going ahead means paving your own path. You shouldn't at all listen to other people. You should, as much as possible, do it because you think it's right and because it's congruent with your values and what you want to do, and you really want to provide a kind of a value proposition to people. Now, whether it's in terms of drinks, like what we decided to do, beverages and drinks, what we decided to do, or in terms of food, or maybe it's a service, right? I think smaller companies, especially here in Sabah, there's a lack of access towards quite a few things. Maybe because we are geographically distant, and that's no one's fault. It's no one's fault. But it just means that you have to hustle more. You have to work harder, and that's okay. That being an entrepreneur, that's fine. So just keep at it. Don't give up. When you feel like giving up, don't give up, and just keep on moving.
All right, first, what are the latest development of Eureka Drinks? I understand you have developed some apps for Eureka Moment. Could you tell us about it?
Yeah, sure. So I almost forgot about that. Thank you very much for reminding us. So we have an app out. It's on the Google Play Store. It's on the App Store as well. It's called Eureka Movement. So we want to encourage a movement and a lifestyle surrounding our drinks. It's not just a matter of just consuming the drinks, but it's a matter of finding people who are like-minded and like-valued. They share our values of health. They share our values of a very high and healthy lifestyle, and we wanted to portray that in our app. So our app now, it's still version 1. We literally only finished it a few days ago. It highlights articles on lifestyle, articles on health, certain articles on what nootropics are and what have you. And there's also a link on our app that leads you to our website. So we want to create this marketing kind of. We want to be complete in terms of a marketing mix. And the app was the last nail in the coffin for that. So thank you very much for reminding me.
Okay, so how do I buy these cans and these shots?
Yeah.
How's your
So
distribution in West Malaysia?
so the distribution is in West Malaysia is getting multiple times better. So we are actually
Alhamdulillah. Yeah,
we're
good.
actually already in KKMar. We're already in Petronas nationwide.
All right.
We're in a few vending machines. I mean, we're in a few thousand outlets, if I can be as modest to say. And we're online as well, so you can find us on Shopee. Here in East Malaysia, I think the spread and the exposure is much better. So we're on Grab, and we're on Foodpanda, and the rest of the other delivery apps. In West Malaysia, for example, we are continuing our efforts to get into modern trade, so basically into outlets. And I believe by the end of this year, I believe our distributors are working really hard, and you'll be able to find us everywhere. So I look forward to that.
Okay, for those who wish to purchase the alert and away Eureka drinks, or whether it's can or the shots, yeah, you can scan the barcode then, and it links straight to Shopee account of Eureka Drinks, right, Faz?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just leave a little time for people who wish to purchase the beverages. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's give an hour. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. Okay, coming back to entrepreneurship, I think we have about 30 minutes with you, Bas. So, having the app, so do you think you're going to innovate other flavors or any kind of ingredient for your
Yeah.
next line of Eureka drinks?
So you nailed it on the head. So we actually have a whole host of beverages and shots that we've actually formulated. We don't want,
Okay.
I suppose, we want to make it a suspenseful event. We want our customers to anticipate the next product. So let's give
Okay.
everyone for now the energy and the Dream 8 shots, and eventually, we'll show them what is up our sleeve, and we'll show them more products that are from Eureka Drinks.
Okay, so anybody who's interested to purchase Eureka drinks, you can scan, or you can somehow log on to Eureka. We have the website there, Eureka. You can purchase it on the website, right, Bas?
And I don't
No,
think you
not yet.
can, but it'll
Okay,
it'll
all right.
it'll redirect you towards the Shopee account, if I'm not mistaken. So you'll be able
All
to find us
right.
on Shopee
Okay.
regardless. Just typing up
Okay.
Eureka Drinks or Nootropics will definitely hit a search. Yeah,
All right.
it'll definitely hit us.
All right. Thank you so much, Fazrul, and we wish you all the best in your business and your endeavor. Looking forward for your distributions and more presence in West Malaysia. Yeah.
Thank you.
Of
We
course,
too.
you're
We
really
too.
good in Kota Kinabalu, but of course, I was hoping to have some of your collections and your cans and your shots at downstairs at my office.
Yeah,
So
that's
and at
great.
times I did message you and say that, hey, you should have it in pharmacies and also at convenience store,
Right.
at
Well,
offices,
we'll
at
make sure we
office
give you a
buildings.
we'll
Yeah.
make sure we'll give you a batch just from our side to say thank you.
Okay, for the viewers out there, if you wish to be our HRP champion, such as Beta Maju, please register at hrp.hdc Global to be in our halal community, to be part of halal ecosystem. And if you have registered as members of HRP, do follow us at our Telegram for the latest updates. Okay, fine. Selamat berbuka puasa. Signing
Selamat
off,
berbuka
I'm
puasa to
Shilda
you too.
Ismail. Selamat berpuasa. Thank you so much, and see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Keep your energize.
The whole world has been brought to its knees from the rapid and destructive spread of pandemic. Including the halal industry. Timely, a digital platform, Halal Integrated Platform under Halal Development Corporation, was established to help entrepreneurs venture into new potential business opportunities and market access. The traditional way of doing business and conducting trade needs major and massive transformation. The halal industry needs a revolution and a holistic approach to bring a comprehensive solution founded on an ecosystem.
HIP came about when we identified that the halal industry at the moment is actually clustered. There's a lot of initiative in halal industry, but it's not unified into one single ecosystem. So, having that realization, HDC established HIP so that we can host everyone, all the players, from business owner, government agency, financial institution, service provider, consumer, and halal professional into one ecosystem in one platform.
As at November 2021, more than 4,000 members and 20 strategic partners signed up. Imagine a train with each carriage representing all elements of industry into one digital platform.
Whoever that want to be part of the halal industry will have this access whereby they can pick and choose what they need in the halal industry through HIP.
HDC's HIP will be the game changer to drive halal exports, facilitating companies looking to grow their business capability and capacity to partake in the $3 trillion global halal market. What may have been challenging for local products to be marketed internationally in the past is now feasible. HIP provides various facilities for SMEs to enjoy. Financial, market access, branding, mentoring, and networking. Enabling SMEs to expand their business capability and to be part of global halal industry ecosystem. Newly launched on 9th September, HIP has shown traction.
Within these 3 months, we already deliver impact. For example, we have assist our SMEs, and we have set up a $100 million financial facility for Middle East export. And near future, we will have more and more facility to assist our SMEs. And most importantly, we are through HIP, HDC through HIP, we are using HIP to help Malaysia to regain back our economy through halal industry.
Memastikan integriti dalam rangkaian halal bukanlah suatu perkara yang mudah. Namun begitu, cabaran yang ada malahan memberi banyak manfaat kepada semua. Kesucian setiap bahan mentah menjadi pilihan seluruh masyarakat. Di manapun anda berada, Halal Integrated Platform sentiasa bersama anda.
Pembaharan dah nak habis ni. Ain,
Ya, Bu.
boleh tolong ibu order bahan-bahan bahulu tak?
Tapi Ain dah nak pergi interview dah ni. Tak apa. Ain bukakan portal HIP untuk ibu. Nanti ibu boleh pilih je dalam ni. Nanti ibu jangan lupa tengok laptop ya.
Yelah. Ibu selalu doakan kamu berjaya.
Terima kasih, ibu. Ain pergi dulu.
Segala akses untuk hub halal hanya di hujung jari anda. Memastikan kelestarian rangkaian hub halal untuk generasi akan datang.
betul sangat.
Barang Cik.
Cepat disampai.
Segalanya pantas tanpa batasan. Sebesar impian, segalanya bermula dengan langkah yang pertama. Terukai integrasi tanpa sempadan dan berpeluang temui rakannya ke baru. Budayakan inovasi dan jadikan idea perniagaan anda satu realiti. Lakar kejayaan, catat peningkatan perniagaan melalui HIT. Daftar dan sertai segera untuk berinteraksi dan mendapat akses kepada ribuan pangkalan data. Hanya yang terbaik dari Halal Integrated Platform.